Hey guys, welcome to this new video. So I wanted to post this video where I share my final views, final review of this game. So first things first, I want to start off with the release issues. When the game launched, it launched with lot of promises like the pro team and all those things. BS strategies is something which I feel like you can understand the D&L method much easier than BS strategy of how they want to release a game. So that was the first thing which felt weird on release because they showed just a few screenshots and they just released the game. So that was the first thing which felt weird on release. So on release, the game felt like it was more of 22.5, like Cricket 22.5 rather than Cricket 24, because it was just like a copy paste of Cricket 22, which was a good thing. I spoke about it in the initial review as well. But the thing is that when a game releases and you wanna see a fresh coat of painting all over the game, not just specific parts where you feel like okay something has been done, because when you want to purchase or sell a game as a new product, it should be like it says new, not the refurbished version of previous game. So that was what was released on the time. So I mean, even though we are people who have been following the big and series of cricket games with DBC 14, then 17, Ashes Create, and all those things, still Cricket 24, but the strategies, the marketing and everything is targeted towards people who have not heard about big ant or their cricket games. So if that is how they want to approach, then I guess it's fine, that the way they are going about it. But one thing I don't like about Big Ant is that every time it's become a habit now that every time the game is released at a state where it's not complete whatsoever, okay, and they have to patch it at least for 2-3 months for the game to get to a certain level. Okay, this process is like consistent across all the games so far, which is frustrating in itself because it allows many things to not be taken as a priority, and because they have already got lot of things to sort out in the first place. So it's kind of frustrating for me, to be honest, because uh, many things have been worked on. Game is better right now, yes, everything is there, but certain features which could have been added, could have been done, is not being done because they have to manage the basic stuff to become better. So yeah, that is the frustrating part. Now coming on to the batting part, I have listed out everything in a notepad, so I'm just going through it and sharing my views. So first thing in batting is you have 360 shot selection. Every place of the ground you have a shot in their animation, batting animation collection. So in that aspect, this game is really good, and you have seven different batting styles where different shot animations, different style of approach are there in each of those animation styles. This is probably the best thing about batting, because I mean, even though it has its own advantages and disadvantages, like head animation, you might end up edging a lot more. Style 7, even though it's really good, you have to try it out. It's like certain shots you will edge a lot, but certain shots are really good while executing as well. So advantages and disadvantages are there, just like it should be. So I think that is fine. Because of that, it offers depth as well. So another thing I want to talk about is the timing window, which has been added right now with the spin timing and pace timing, and also the base timing window. It allows lot more depth to make the timing as per your own liking, which is, I think, is a really good positive to add in the game, because people might not have similar playstyles. Everybody has their own approach towards the game, even though it's the same game, same control system and everything. This is something which offers the game to be tweaked to your own liking. It's a good thing. Now coming on to the shot selection, cover point region accessibility is just not there. It has been spoken about before as well, but the thing is, I don't know whether people are noticing it or not, or sometimes it ends up going there so people don't mind it. But if the offside is packed, you are just not able to pierce that field at all. In cricket 22 it was possible. Yes, fielding was not great in cricket 22, it is better here, so that difference is there. Even then, if you execute a really good shot towards those region, it always ends up going to a fielder, and that is something which I feel is lacking batting wise, because certain areas are just not accessible because the shots are not going there at all. The most shots are going to the cover fielder, and if I try to hit it squarer, it ends up going to point region. In between that gap, that is just not accessible, at least for me in pro controls, because if it's like a deep fielder there, deep point or someone is placed, then I will be able to play the shot towards that region, and that shot is coming only then. Again, this is something I feel like when they changed from the style 6 issue to adding up all the batting styles, the directions of the shots got messed up somewhere, and that is the reason I feel this is the case with this area not being accessible as well. There is some issue with the batting which is just not which I just cannot pinpoint what it exactly is. Even with while playing against spin, it's the same issue. So that issue is there. It has already been, I think I have already mentioned in the patch review videos as well. So that issue is there. That's the thing I wanted to talk about, is that in cricket 22 it felt better. In this, that is not the case. Yes, fielding is better, so they might cut it off. Yes, can happen, but accessibility has to be there, where you play a shot properly with good timing. It has to pierce the gap and go through the field in between the fielder for boundary. That is not happening. But still, batting is the biggest strength in this game, because sliding on most of the shots have been cleared. And one only area where the sliding is still there is the defensive shots, where they have to make them slide to a certain extent to make them defend, because the defensive shots are limited in terms of the animations, and the game always wants you to connect a shot, not miss it, because it's designed that way. Because that is the reason you end up connecting a shot if the timing is fine. It's not like you will miss a shot even if it's ideal timed, because the range is there, yet you have not played the right shot, but the game will push you to that region to make it connect. So that is the lack of depth in the batting side. But still, it's the one area where the strength lies for the game. It is fun to play. You have good amount of shots. You will get good gameplay overall. So that is there. All right. One thing which I hardly see anybody mentioning is the pull shots. In this game, the pull shots, even in the previous game, the pull shots never get stoppage, caught by the wicket keeper or caught by the fielders nearby, like going high in the air and caught. If it has to be done that way, it would be like hit the bat, hit the body, then it goes high in the air and then it is caught. It is not like you mistimed it and it just ballooned in the air and then it is caught. Never the case. You don't have faint edges while pulling, and you don't glove it to wicket keeper. Never happened. So those things are just not there. And it's not like you try to pull a ball and you just mistimed it, that it ballooned in the air and went to a fine leg fielder for a catch. That also doesn't happen. So in that area, work should have been done, but it's not done. But the thing is, most of the people don't see these things and they are okay with it, because of which Big Ant also is like, okay. So these things have to be done to make the gameplay feel complete, but it is lacking right now in this department. I'm just mentioning because these are the things which I feel are very important, because in test matches when the batsman is not getting out, the first strategy people usually come up with is the short ball strategy. And in this game, that is just not there. Yes, you might get wickets here and there where they chop on to the stumps, where they, play towards the close-in fielders as a mistimed shot. Only those kind of dismissals can happen. Other than that, short ball wise, no dismissals will happen where you feel like you have genuinely taken a wicket. So that is not there. All right. Style 7. I spoke about it before. Style 7 addition is a really good one because it's lot punchy, lot crisp, and the shots feels really good. If you time it well, it just feels like, damn, I hit a good shot. So that is there. Definitely go try it out. Batting against spin. Something I have spoken about again and again, that it just doesn't feel like a smooth experience at all. It is playable, it is manageable, it is this build, that build, a build, dribble, every build is there. But it doesn't feel good, like you are playing a normal way, the way you want, and the timing feels good, the connect of the bat is good, because there is some issue where they end up playing the under the ground shots somewhere. If you play the ball really late, the animation is messed up. If you play the ball really early, animation is messed up. So somewhere something is messed up, and nobody's just not working on this. I don't know what to do about it, but it is there. This is, I don't know whether to say it as a huge concern or not, because it's playable. So how do you look at it? You decide. I'm not going to get into that. All right. I spoke about this where the batting system is always going to try to connect a shot rather than miss the ball. Because if you are going to time the ball, and if you have placed a direction where it is more likely to connect, it will connect. That's how the game is designed. Timing is the main aspect of batting, which I don't like at all, because I want the preference of order to be footwork, the direction of footwork to matter, the shot angle, the bat angle where you place the shot, then the timing has to come in. These three factors have to come in, and which footwork just makes the range of shots possible. So if you are playing a front foot shot on a short length or a back of good length, you shouldn't be able to play it, but you still play top of the bat handle shots for a really beautifully executed boundary, which is still lacking in that area where the shot connect of the bat needs depth. It's just not there, but still good game. All right. So that is one thing. Yeah, defensive shots being played down the wrong line against spin is an issue which Mani mentioned, and I checked while batting, and against spin something is weird, because I hardly defend against spin, because I normally like to play my shots like, even if it's like mistimed shot, I will try to play a shot and just keep the run coming. So that is how I play. So I hardly defend, but I ended up defending, and they just played down the wrong line, even if the timing is right. It is always like ideal, poor in the shot choice. So that is something messed up in that aspect, but I don't know what is being done for that. All right, these are the things for batting. All right, coming on to bowling. First things, pro control for pace bowling. Probably the best thing a game can ever offer in terms of variations, because you can bowl a lot of variations with pro controls, with pace, not spin, with pace. Spin, it can be done. I wanted certain thing to be added in this, but wasn't to be. Maybe in the future, hopefully, I want a more depth in the spin bowling as well, where the angle of spin, the amount of spin, the drift you get, the natural drift you get, the natural angles you get, everything comes into play. Because if we can do something like that, I think spin will also be lot more fun to play with in terms of the variations. All right, but the one thing which the game lacks really badly is the kind of dismissals you get when the AI is batting while we are bowling. The thing is, I don't know how many have seen this, but whatever dismissals you see, most of the dismissals, it will be like the AI playing a leg side shot and then missing the ball, it hitting the pads or hitting the stumps. That is how it is. It is never like straight drive, miss the line, LBW, or straight drive, miss the line, bowled. Nope. It's always leg side shot, miss the line, hitting the stumps, whatever. That is how it is. So, if you see the pattern, it becomes boring. But then, this is what is there in the game. So that is the reason I like bowling in terms of the variation. I don't like the bowling in terms of what the AI offers in the game. Okay. Now, again, I spoke about the bounces, right, while batting. Those things apply here as well. For AI as well. For us as well. We also chop on, we also edge it for a boundary. We also mistime to fielders. Same thing happens to AI as well. There is just these many things happening only for bounces when you play a pull shot or a hook shot. Simple, done. So that is there. It's lacking in that. Now, because of this, the lack of varied dismissals, and you always feel like the game is giving you a wicket rather than you are taking a wicket. There is lack of reward feeling while bowling. So that is definitely one of the cons in the game, is what I would like to say. But I don't think that this is going to get better, in this game at least, because this has been the case even in previous game as well. So that is that. And yeah, one thing I want to talk about here is AI bowling. AI has lot of strategies in terms of what they want to bowl based on the type of bowler they are. Aggressive, you would have seen that aggressive, balanced, so many things are there, right? So if you select those kind of bowlers, they will choose the bowling and the strategies according to that. Strategy as in which length they will bowl, what field they will bowl to, and all those things. So you would have seen they have worked on it for sure. But still, it doesn't make sense in many of the overs where they bowl something and the fielders are fielding somewhere else, and you don't know why they are bowling this line, but it is what it is, and that is how it is right now. So not happy with that as well. So AI bowling wise, it bothers our gameplay. Why? Yes, you can feel like you can play a good shot, you can play good innings. It can even feel like I'm nitpicking on the game, but no, it's a gameplay strategy where the bowlers should come up with a strategy and bowl according to that, with the line and length according to the set field, or set a field and bowl to that. So those kind of things have to happen, but still it's lacking. It's there, but it's lacking. Why? Because you have like 3 deep fielders in the leg side, and you will see the AI bowling outside off. Like, what is even the thought behind such a line? So those are the things which still feel like have to be worked on, but I don't think whether they will be worked on or not. Okay, that's all. All done regarding bowling. Now coming on to the fielding. Fielding wise, they revamped the fielding, and we were all pissed off because we knew what happened with Cricket 22 when they advertised the same words. But this time they actually made sure that we don't get pissed to a very bad level, because people are already pissed to a great extent on release. They actually made proper efforts to get proper fielding and like good fielding to assist the bowling as well. So in that area many things have been worked on, like new animations have been brought in, pickups and throws, fielding in the boundary line, assist fielding, catching, misfield animations, all those things have been added, and it's really good. But wicket keeper issue, fielders not responding to the ball immediately, fielders taking U-turn, wrong fielders being triggered. These kind of issues are still there with the fielding. So it is good in one side, bad in another side. If this bad gets to the good side and are sorted out, you will get really good fielding package. But whether that will happen or not, only the future patches will say, if at all they are there. Okay, that's all. Other than that, I think I have already said everything regarding fielding. This is what it is. Fielding is good. It needs to get better because certain things are lacking. Wicketkeeper especially is probably the worst thing in this game right now. Other than that, things are manageable because mainly the throws feel lot faster and quick response, so you don't end up getting lot of runs like you used to in cricket 22 where they were just dumb. Now they are dumb very rarely here and there, but most of the occasions you get a good gameplay in terms of fielding. Then now coming on to online wise, it offers good gameplay because fielding is mostly good, batting feels good, bowling wise you have variations, and you are playing against players unless you are playing co-op. If you are playing against players, the difficulties are there, how you have to handle the gameplay, those depths come into play, and you will get a gameplay where it is fun to play. But they still haven't added more depth to it in terms of what all the things which online can offer, like slider settings, like the ability to simulate. Those things have not been added because it's never, I don't know whether it is in demand or not, but it is never in the priority for big end because there are many things which have to be done in the game already, because they already are releasing in a state where many things have been worked on. That's there. And one issue I saw which was annoying and which kind of ruined the online gameplay is the deceptive marker, the pitch marker, where if you bowl a certain length, the pitch marker will show somewhere and the ball will go somewhere else. This is there in the game. Hopefully if it gets sorted out, online will become good. If you are using aerial marker, I don't know whether it is fine or not. I have not played with it, so check it out yourself. But the only great thing about online is crossplay is there. So you will have people playing across all the consoles. So you can play with anybody, anyhow, anywhere. I don't think it's available with Switch, if I'm not wrong. But console as in PS4, PS5, Xbox One and all those, Xbox One X, everything, it's available. Alright. Next thing, career mode. Same as Cricket 22, offers hardly any depth in terms of what you have to do in the journey, because it's like keep playing, get capped, keep playing, become captain, keep playing, become world championship. That's all the game is. There is no definition of a role and responsibility in the game which can be added to the game, where the captain is asking certain objectives from you, get 2 wickets, get these many runs, do this, do that, I have set a field for you, bowl to this. Many challenges can be done within that, but I don't think they have the time or the priority to add those things into the gameplay, and it is very barebone even now. So if you are someone who can bring some story up for themselves and boost themselves up, maybe career mode you can give it a try. But other than that, it is meh, that's all. Okay, so if you have a good ability to give yourself a story for how your player is coming up and what kind of story you want to give, then you can have good fun with career mode. Other than that, it's very bare mode. Alright, now coming on to the things I want to really talk about in this is the depth in Cricket 24. BA cricket games usually offers a lot of depth. In this game, I think the huge thing which got overshadowed because of the most beautifully strategically paced like promotional strategy they had, we just couldn't celebrate it as much as we should have, which is the addition of IPL teams in this, PSL team in this, the addition of international Pakistan team in this. Hopefully the all the play faces and everything comes, not play faces, the photogrammetry of all the players come after this series ends, and hopefully that happens, because I think even Ross has mentioned that will happen in January. Hopefully that happens. But addition of all these things along with the already licensed in the previous games as well, CPL, BBL, all these things, so much gameplay is there for you in this, packed with licensed players who most of them look good. Most of them. Certain people might not look like the real life counterpart, but many people whom we follow very passionately because they play at the international level, those people are there. And it's a huge deal, but we couldn't celebrate it as much as we should have because of how they released the game. Beautiful. But the thing which I really want to talk about is the licensed stadiums. Guys, imagine when was the time you actually thought that a cricket game would have licensed Indian stadiums? Wankhede, Lucknow Ekana Stadium, Eden Gardens, then what's that, Delhi Stadium. All those stadiums have been added into this game. Narendra Modi Stadium. Everything has been added in a very realistic manner with the proper environment, and that's like a huge deal. So that I wanted to mention. It is there in this game. So for that, if you want the gameplay, to be played in the real grounds of India in a virtual arena, this game has that. Alright. Now, because of this, the one thing I really want to appreciate Big Ant is they have a system which caters from a newbie, where you can just pick up a controller or a keyboard or whatever you have and play the game, to a hardcore level like us who have been playing since DBC 14 and are very passionate about how the game plays and everything. The game caters to everybody. That is something which should be mentioned. So if you are like, today's match I have lost, no, India has lost today's match, I have to go and play and win against this team, you can do that. Go on easy difficulty, smack the heck out of the team, and get that small happiness which you want, which you will get in this game, because easy difficulty is, like it says, easy. So catering to the large spectrum of players, something which we should appreciate, because doing that might sound easy, but it is very hard in execution, which they have been able to do. So appreciate that. Next to that, I would like to appreciate the custom difficulties, because it actually offers lot of depth in terms of gameplay to cater the gameplay and make the gameplay to our own liking. Like I said before, the kind of gameplay styles we have, it might not be similar. Everybody need not play the same way, but the game offers custom difficulty for you to set the values according to your own liking and make the game your own. Awesome. That is one thing I want to talk about. Next thing is, they added accessibility options for people who have special needs, who can play the game with one stick. So another thing with regards to BA gameplay is the Academy, where it offers great depth in terms of the player creation with the playfish and everything to make them look like the real life players. So definitely worth mentioning. Along with that, even the skill set that is there, that is assigned to them, which has an impact on the gameplay. Definitely something which offers great depth to the game, worth mentioning. So that is there. Now, coming on to the part where should you purchase Cricket 24. So the first thing I would like to say in this is, if you are new to this game, you don't know big end studios, you have not played the previous games at all, just purchase the game. Very simple. Second one, if you are someone who likes licensing in the game, like IPL and all those things, are a fan of that, and your thought revolves around these licensing stuff in the game, go ahead, purchase it, because you have a lot of content in regards to all these license stuff, license stadiums and everything. So hopefully they add RCB and CSK as well. Hopefully, if that happens, the IPL will be complete. So if that happens, definitely you can just go ahead and purchase. Next is, if you are playing on lower difficulty and your gameplay is like, I just want to have fun, I don't mind like huge depth in the gameplay, and I don't mind flaws here and there a little bit, go purchase the game. And up to medium difficulty, medium-ish hard difficulty, you shouldn't have much of an issue. You will have a good fun gameplay. So if you are someone who plays in that zone, you can go ahead and purchase the game, because you will have content, you will have the gameplay which is fun and playable as well. Alright, now coming on to people who already own Cricket 22 or are hardcore players of the game. The game released in a state of Cricket 22.5. We know that it was Cricket 22 plus certain things added into the game. Now, right now, with all the things which has been done to the game, I would call this Cricket 23. That is the level it has reached. I thought it would reach Cricket 24, but again it has reached a stage where a lot of potential is still there, but I don't think whether it will be worked on or not, because that is how they work every time. It's become a pattern. We have been seeing this again and again, but we are just used to it as of now. So with the licensing and all those things which has been added into the game, I would probably call this Cricket 23.5, not Cricket 24, because 0.5 it lacks in many things which should be sorted out, which hopefully can get, I don't think so, but hopefully if it can be done, then I think it will probably reach Cricket 24 state, because with the fielding they are just running to and fro, back and forth, and it just doesn't feel like complete. In that aspect, it just is lacking right now. It is fun, it is playable. It can be frustrating at times. You want to rage quit and you want to throw the computer, you want to burn it down. Everything can happen, which is kind of expected with big end games, because the bugs, if you keep seeing them repeatedly, it can annoy you, and that can happen with this game as well. But lot of things are more polished, so it will feel like a good game as well. So it is a 23.5 game. Now many people might feel like, why are you trying to nitpick the game, why are you trying to see it as this, see it as that and everything. But my point is, if you don't have a standard set while purchasing, because this is a business, they are making something and calling it as, this is what we are offering as a product for this price. So here it is, if you want, purchase it and get it. It is business. If you are bringing the fanship and everything inside this, you can get lost in that, and you can end up purchasing mediocre stuff as well, because when you have to set a standard for a game, you have to show it with your purchasing power. So that has to come into play, and the game has to set a standard, because every time they release a game which is subpar on release, and they have to patch things up to make it reach a certain level, because of which they are not able to add many things which they could have if they had released it in a better state. So this is the kind of loop we are stuck in with Vegan right now. So what I want you to understand is it is purely business. This is a product they are offering. Whether you are willing to buy or not depends on what decision you make. The purchasing power remains with the customer. Us. Remember that. So nitpicking, just see it as a game, bro, not a big deal. Such nonsense things cannot be said because they are demanding 2,999 for you to play this game. They are putting the price as 2,999 for Steam, 3,999 for consoles. So it is a highly priced game. So you have to expect certain standards. If you are in a mindset where you are like, it's fine, we can adjust here and there, what is the big deal in this? Go purchase the game. No issues. But if you are someone who wants a really good game, who wants a certain standard for the games to be set, choose your decision whether to purchase the game or not with your own mind and make a decision. I'm not going to influence you in any way to go ahead and buy, to not buy. No, I'm going to leave it on you to make the decision because I have listed everything that is there in the game so that you get an idea of what you are going to get at the end of the day. Got it? This is the thought. This is the, these are the things I wanted to share. So the final verdict is, if you are new, purchase. If you are someone who has already got Cricket 22 or other games, and you are thinking whether to get this or not, decide according to what your preference is. There are many things which have gotten better. There are many things which have to get better, but we don't know whether they will get better or not. So what do you feel? Is it worth trying to get 2,999 out of your pocket and spend it on this game, or do you want to spend it somewhere else? Decision is on you. So decide what you want, think wisely, make the wise decision, and see where your thought goes into and take the decision. Because always remember, nobody is forcing you to purchase this game. Gigant is not calling you and saying, why haven't you purchased? Nobody is saying that. If it's the game presented in front of you, it is your choice, it is your power whether to take it or not. Okay? Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one.